Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. We've had so many incredible stories that we've been able to share here on the Inspire podcast. I'm excited to share another amazing story from another amazing couple who are joining us and the Integrity family. And I'm so excited to announce that Community Care is joining the Integrity family. They're based out of St. Louis, Missouri, and they're founded by a husband and wife dynamic duo named Jimmy Lee and Grace Tran, who are just amazing people. And I can't wait for you to hear all about their story. So first of all, Jimmy and Grace, thank y'all so much for joining Integrity. And thank you for joining us here today here in Dallas. Really appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you guys started your business and you're based out of St. Louis, but you're actually looking to relocate here to Dallas. And we were just talking about some different things. It is hot here in the summer. We don't get all the seasons like you do in St. Louis, but it's an incredible environment for business. And Jimmy, we were talking earlier about some of the business that you've been involved in. I mean, you've been a bit of an entrepreneur. You started out at an amazing company, and then you've gone through a couple of different things. First of all, how did you guys meet, and how did y'all get into this business?
We met through business. I started this business without Grace, and she was actually an agent that I had recruited. And we got to know each other, and the rest is kind of history from there. But
so did you recruited her to come into this business, then you recruited her for something even more important?
Yeah, recruited her for life too. So,
That's awesome. How do you recollect that? How do you remember that?
I remember a very tall, handsome man in my office telling me, you should do Medicare. I'm like, okay, all right. And Jimmy's very patient, and I'm always like a go-getter, fast person, but I need a stable, patient person to calm me down, and that's where Jimmy comes in.
That is amazing. And you guys have built just an amazing business, really focused on serving just an underserved part of the population. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the reason I got into this business because I saw that there was a need, especially within the Asian community, which we are. And when I had got into this business and got to talking to people, found out that there was really nobody specializing or focusing on the Asian market within the Medicare business. So that's where a light bulb kind of clicked, and I already had some past experiences with my own parents and my parents' friends, and trying to get them enrolled into Medicare, and I had no idea at the time what that was about. So learning about it through that experience, and then talking to people within the industry and knowing that there was a need for this, and the Asian community was very underserved. That's what led me to this business.
Yeah, look, I think you bring up a good point. I think some of the best examples and some of the best ideas come from whenever you're trying to serve somebody else, and you're trying to figure out, especially when it comes down to family, and you're trying to help solve some of those different issues. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that you see in the Asian community, especially when it comes to insurance products like Medicare and others?
I think we have the same challenges that all the other partner agencies have within the Medicare industry, because from the consumers, the members, to the agents, they don't really understand the products and what's available out there. And especially within the Asian community, because there is that language barrier. Yeah. And that's where we kind of bridge that gap.
Yeah, and I know you guys are both so passionate about that. I know we were talking, you were born in Korea.
Yes.
In South Korea. And you came here when you were 3 years old.
3 months old.
3 months old?
3 months old.
Goodness.
So basically, I was born
so
here.
You were born here.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, so even when you're 3, you don't remember most things. But you came here as a political refugee when you were 6 years old from Vietnam. Tell us a little bit about that.
I came through a program called H2O. And it's a program that was designed for Vietnam military veterans to relocate here because there was not an opportunity for former Vietnam veterans to survive after 1975. And when I put an emphasis on survive, it's literally just the everyday because they are basically blacklisted. And my parents took the opportunity and we were relocated to Nebraska. Very cold.
Where in Nebraska?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
In Lincoln, Nebraska. That is totally different than Vietnam.
Yes, I came from a very hot, warm country to getting off the airplane with snow. But I know that this is an opportunity of a lifetime for my parents and for me as well.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Now, you were 6 years old. Do you remember any of that?
I remember when I first moved here, it was Thanksgiving. And I remember being welcomed into our host family with a table full of food. Now, Vietnam after the war has been basically ravaged with a lot of things. And food is one of those things that was a scarcity. So when I saw that, first of all, I was very grateful.
Yeah.
And then second of all, I realized, you know what, this is a land of opportunity as well, because I'm able to one day put that much of food on my Thanksgiving table as well.
Wow, yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving is not something they celebrate outside the U.S., right? And so just that idea of slowing down and being thankful and being able to see kind of what other cultures do. I know my parents went to Vietnam. They said it was perhaps the most beautiful place in the world. Have you been able to go back since you've been here?
Yes, I have. I spent a year there teaching English and then also giving back as missionary work. So I love that.
Wow. So do you still speak Vietnamese?
Yes. I actually took the liberty of learning to interpret legally and medically for my community so I can better serve them.
That is amazing. Now, did you grow up learning Korean as well?
Well, just through family.
Yeah.
But my background's not like Grace's, where she has as far as language goes.
Right.
But I can get by for sure. I can get by for sure, and in business.
Well, there's so many interesting points here about being able to serve people, and I think that there's something about when you see somebody who you can have that instant connection with, where you go, okay, yeah, I can have this conversation that you can go through and just be able to not have any walls up in so many different ways. And I can't imagine, being in a culture where you're just, everything is literally foreign, right? And especially when you see something as complicated as our healthcare system, right? I mean, our healthcare system is the best in the world. I truly believe that. But I also believe it's got to be one of the most complicated things in the world as well. And so being able to help navigate that, speaking in your own language. Now, you said you went through training to make sure you could translate even with healthcare, right? So what does that all entail?
Well, there is a program called Bridge in the Gap. And there are actually several programs that you can take, but there are licenses that you can take on a local chapter and then a national chapter. There's the legal side of it, and then there's the medical side.
Yeah.
When I first started, I started on the legal side. I really like all the terminology, and I'm like, wow. But then I realized there's such a need for the medical side as well, because when I was growing up, I was the interpreter for my parents at the doctor's office, trying to explain to them what high blood pressure is. Of course, it's it was a challenge, and then I've learned so much through interpreting that there's definitely a need, and to bridge the gap. That's the term that I like to use between the seniors and then our younger generation, which is even younger than me as well.
Yeah, well, you guys are doing just such an amazing job of bridging that gap. What are you most excited about this opportunity to join Integrity? And for us to be able to come alongside of you, give you additional technology, resources, product support to help you not only grow faster, but also even bridge that gap in a bigger way. What are you guys most excited about?
All of that, the technology, all the resources that are available from Integrity, that's what we're looking forward to. And the name cloud, being attached to Integrity and being able to grow faster with you guys is what we're looking forward to for sure.
I think for me, it's definitely about the family aspect. I feel like when we work with local agents, we can always connect them on the cultural side. But now I feel like as joining with integrity, we're able to almost take like a foundation of something and implement it and translate it or transcribe it to our designated target agencies and make it better.
I love that. Now, we were talking right before we came on about how to interpret the word integrity in Vietnamese. Tell us about that.
So in Vietnamese, integrity word is trung trực. It's a word.
Say it one more time.
It's trung trực.
Trung trực.
And it's actually a term often used in the business world. And in the business world, if you were to say any business, anything, anyone you want to work with, you want that word integrity in it.
Wow.
So when I heard of integrity, I was like, I like that. I can see that, hey, we're with integrity and we're just like the name.
I love that. Well, that was one of the ideas whenever we first came up with the name, was really to make sure that every time they thought of us, we wanted them to think about integrity. Just like in the Vietnamese culture, that's got to be one of the most important words, I think, in the English language as well, just to say that we're going to do what we say we'll do, when we say we'll do it, even when no one's watching. And so I love hearing that story as well. Now, speaking of names, naming a company was a challenge, as always a challenge. You guys have gone through that as well. But I also understand you have an exciting announcement that you guys have a little baby on the way, a little girl on the way. Yeah. Tell us about the exciting news that you've got here coming up in January.
We are expecting, and it's going to be a girl, and we're definitely excited about that. It just adds to everything that we got going on right now. Trying to move and, joining integrity and looking forward to the future. But yeah, it's exciting.
We are a true definition of a modern Asian blended family, and we love it. And I think our family is more than excited for us because they realize that, we're taking on a lot right now as far as moving, as far as working with integrity, but they know that our heart is in the right place and they are here to support us as a family. And we're excited for that.
Well, we're so excited to now be part of your family as well, and can't wait to see what we can accomplish together. I think that as we look at ways that we better serve Americans all across the platform and across the country, serving every community in the way that they want to be served is so important. And so we couldn't be more excited to have you guys join in the Integrity family. I know I speak for all of our Integrity partners and family members to say welcome to our family. And I can't wait to see how we celebrate well into the future as all the things that we got to be thankful for as well. So thank you guys. Congratulations. So excited about being y'all's partner and excited about all that we've got going on here at Integrity as we continue to add so many incredible people to the Integrity family. Integrity is a technology company, an insurance company, and financial services company, but we're a company powered by people. And when you get to partner with great people like Jimmy and Grace and all the incredible partners that we have here at Integrity, there's no limit to our success. So God bless everybody. I hope you have an incredible week. Take care.